I would now like to invite Dr. Lopa Mehta ma'am to inaugurate our program with the lighting of diyas.
Yes, Dean sir and Dr. Dr.Pandya to join me. Please come.
सरस्वती जगदीश्वरी, माता सरस्वती जगदीश्वरी, श्रृंगार श्रृंगेरी पुरवासिनी, श्रृंगार श्रृंगेरी पुरवासिनी, जगन्माता सरस्वती जगदीश्वरी, आगम वेद कलामय रूपिणी, आगम वेद कलामय रूपिणी, अखिल चराचर जननी नारायणी, सुर नर मुनि जना वंदित चरणी, सुर नर मुनि जना वंदित चरणी, संगीत साहित्य संचारिणी, संगीत साहित्य संचारिणी, जगन्माता सरस्वती जगदीश्वरी, श्रृंगार श्रृंगेरी पुरवासिनी, जगन्माता सरस्वती, माता सरस्वती, माता सरस्वती जगदीश्वरी. Thank you.
Thank you, Shri Vidya. Now we'll have a small performance by our team.
मेरा, नई डगर नया सफर मेरा, जो बन सके तू हम सफर मेरा, नजर मिला जरा, दुआ छटा खुला गगन मेरा, नई डगर नया सफर मेरा, जो बन सके तू हम सफर मेरा, नजर मिला जरा, रूबरू रोशनी, रूबरू रोशनी है, ओ सोचा कहा था ये जो हो गया, माना कहा था ये लो हो गया, चुटकी कोई काटो ना है हम तो होश में, कदमों को थामो ये है उड़ते जोश में, उड़ते जोश में, बादल पे पाँव है या छूटा गाँव है, अब तो भाई चल पड़ी अपनी ये नाव है, बादल पे पाँव है या छूटा गाँव है, अब तो भाई चल पड़ी अपनी ये नाव है, ये ओ ओ
invite Aradhita for a dance performance to seek the blessings of Lord Shiva.
जय हो शंकरा, आदिदेव शंकरा, तेरे जाप के बिना चले ये सांस किस तरह, मेरा कर्म तू ही जाने क्या बुरा है क्या भला, तेरे रास्ते पे मैं तो आंख मूंद के चला, तेरे नाम की जोत ने सारा हर लिया तमस मेरा।
नमो नमो जी शंकरा, भोलेनाथ शंकरा, जय त्रिलोकनाथ शंभु हे शिवाय शंकरा। नमो नमो जी शंकरा, भोलेनाथ शंकरा, रुद्रदेव हे महेश्वरा।
ललाट पे भस्म है भुजाओं में, वस्त्र बाघ छाल का है खड़ा पाँव में, प्यास क्या हो तुझे गंगा है तेरी जटाओं में, जटाओं में, जटाओं में, दूसरों के वास्ते तू सदैव ही जिया, मांगा कुछ कभी नहीं, तूने सिर्फ है दिया। समुद्र मंथन का था समय जो आ पड़ा, द्वंद दोनों लोक में विषामृत पे था छिड़ा, अमृत सभी मैं बांट के प्याला विष का तूने खुद पिया।
नमो नमो जी शंकरा, भोलेनाथ शंकरा, जय त्रिलोकनाथ शंभु हे शिवाय शंकरा। नमो नमो जी
have a short video demonstrating what Dr. M.V.L.Kothari, Chair of Medical Humanities and Division of Medical Humanities, actually works for.
It is a remarkable thing that you have done to set up a Department of Humanities. I would prefer to call it Humanities rather than Medical Humanities. It is really a very important aspect which has been missed out in not only this city, in our country. My proposition today is that the awareness and particularly an acquaintance, if not a deep study of the humanities, makes a better physician. And what exactly do we mean by humanities? Well, it includes history, it includes ethics, it includes literature, poetry, philosophy, religion, perhaps social sciences, art and culture, the visual arts, poetry, drama, and even cinema.
It's people like late Professor Manu Kothari. As you all know, he taught subject which we usually associate with cadavers. But such a deadly subject, but he made it the subject as well as the students with whom he related. He made the whole relationship so alive, so passionate. So even after several years, I continue to hear from ex-students of AN the great stories about Dr. Manu Kothari. His dream was to create not an intelligent doctor, but a humane doctor. And so the department, which is very aptly has been started in his memory, though it is called Department of Humanities, I would like to call it the Department of Humane Medicine. And throughout his life, through his passionate interactions with students, through his very unorthodox ideas, viewpoints which were not very highly welcome in the medical established fraternity, but he continued to, I suppose he continued to tease students' brains to think differently.
Today marks the beginning of the third edition of Ascension, a step above, a medical humanities conference under the aegis of Dr. M.V.L.Kothari, Chair of Medical Humanities and Division of Medical Humanities.
The term humanities has many interpretations: benevolence, compassion. But one of the vital aspects we wish to focus on through humanities is to think creatively and critically, to reason and to ask questions. Through a humanities-based perspective, learners can reflect on the impact of their personal and professional relationships with patients and families while appreciating the rich backgrounds and histories held within each patient and family member. The humanities support a holistic and person-centered approach to care and provide learners with new lenses through which to interact with clinical team members to better understand their own roles and those of others.
Dr. M.V.L.Kothari, sir, under whose blessings we have this conference, was an intellectual maverick in the classics of English literature and Indian philosophy, along with the technical literature on cancer, anatomy and genetics.
This year, we welcome you all to the third edition of Ascension, encompassing a series of orations, debate, panel discussion, symposium competition, online competition, and an exclusive event known as Crossroads in Medicine. We would now like to invite the following members on dais.
Dr. Hemant, sir.
Honorable Dean, SETH G.S.MEDICAL College and KM Hospital. Dr. Pandya, sir, Chairman of Dr. M.V.L.Kothari, Chair of Medical Humanities and Division of Medical Humanities.
Dr.Lopa, Mehta, ma'am.
Advisor, Dr. M.V.L.Kothari, Chair of Medical Humanities and Division of Medical Humanities.
Dr.Kavery, Nambisan, ma'am.
Our guest for today and a surgeon and popular novelist.
Mr.Harish Kapadia, sir.
A mountaineer by interest and a businessman. We would like to extend bouquets as a token of gratitude from students towards our honorable members. Dr. Hemant, sir. Dr. Pandya, sir. Dr. Lopa, Mehta, ma'am. Dr. Kavery, Nambisan, ma'am. Mr. Harish Kapadia, sir. Now I would like to call upon Dr. Hemant, sir, Dean of SETH G.S.MEDICAL College and KM Hospital, to speak a few words about Ascension and Medical Humanities.
Good morning. When we came into the MLT, probably everybody has experienced the light and glitter on Anandibhen Joshi. Not Anandibhen, it's Dr. Anandi Joshi. And you can see the amount of effort the artist has put into the Rangoli. And I think we should give him a big round of applause. That's medical humanities for us today. And I would like to welcome everybody. I was just thinking about what is actually medical humanities to a person like me, where I was really not taught about medical humanities. For starters, I'm a radiologist, and more importantly, I am an interventional radiologist. So from the start, I have been taught to see through human beings. See through means actually through radiation. I couldn't read the minds of the brain. I couldn't read the minds of the patient. But I was taught to read the suffering behind the image, the suffering behind the X-ray chest. I was not told what is white and grey, or grey and white, or white and black, but I was always told that there is something called as consolidation in the X-ray chest, and that's the suffering of the patient. So I was not taught what is a blood vessel, but I was taught how to open a blood vessel. So that is again an art, to visualize whatever is inside the body through images. That is a perfect art. And today, when we talk about medical humanities, it's an art of reflective medicine. It's something which is narrative in nature. So I was also taught how to actually describe the suffering on an X-ray chest. So which simply means that I was taught to narrate everything to the clinician so that the clinician comes into picture and treat the patient. So this is for me medical humanities, a reflective and a narrative branch of medicine. And I'm happy that the first MBBS, second MBBS students have been actually being taught what is medical humanities. And I don't know, I would ask the chair whether is it possible for us to award a medical student who exhibits the qualities of medical humanities. One who will inculcate all the faculties of medical humanities, understand the suffering of the patient, and in his 3 years of journey or 4.5 years of journey, should we institute an award for a medical student who has all the attributes of medical humanities. It is for them to decide, but today I think I welcome you all to this Monday morning, this is Friday morning, and I hope you will enjoy the next 2-3 days. Thank you so much.
Now I would like to invite Dr. Pandya sir to speak about Ascension and medical humanities.
We have already got a glimpse of what the division of humanities aims to achieve over the years and over the decades in the film that was shown to you. It is very appropriate that this department is named after Dr.M.V.L. Kothari because he epitomized all the qualities that we are hoping our students and graduates and postgraduates will display as they emerge from the G.S.MEDICAL College and the KEM Hospital and enter what is today the wide and wicked world. It is indeed wicked because life is difficult and conditions are not conducive to the practice of ethical medicine. And yet, it is up to us to change the situation and to restore to medicine the glory that it once upon a time had. Today we as doctors are viewed as businessmen, and even worse, we are viewed as businessmen who cheat their customers, that means the patients. And I think we need to reverse this very, very unfortunate perception that is there in society. It is not an unjustified perception, it is very much justified because we ourselves have brought this down upon us. And it is up to us to change this perception. And this division has as its goal taking a few steps in this direction. But we can only achieve so much by way of passing on information and by showing examples. It is up to the medical students and the residents as they graduate and as they emerge from these institutions to demonstrate the qualities which will alter perception. And I think the step which the Dean has just recommended is a very, very good step in that direction, that we institute an award to be granted to the individual who displays the qualities that all of us should possess and should practice. Thank you.
Now we have among us Mr. Bezwada Wilson sir, who is our inaugural speaker for our day. I would like to invite him on the dais. Extend a token of gratitude to Mr. Bezwada Wilson sir with a bouquet. I would like to call upon Dr. Lopa Mehta ma'am to speak about Ascension and medical humanities.
Good morning and welcome. I am going to only say what I really experience when Ascension is being designed, organized and executed. And if you were to see this, experience this, you will fall in love with all these students, I call them children, who are so enthusiastic. And really, I can assure you, Dr. Deshmukh, if this trend, which I saw right now in about 30 students, if it percolates throughout the batch, GS will have good humane physicians walking out of this portal and will not warm the seats of DEMS classes. I congratulate all the students, everything they have done, and it was sheer joy for me to experience throughout what is happening. And I'm sure at the end of the whole program they will also reflect what has changed in them. Though I'm sure everybody will participate whichever way they can, but whosoever will be present here will be richly benefited and change their perspective at the end of this 3 days program. I thank everybody who has come and those who will participate and spread this. You know, sometimes the young saplings have to be really protected, nurtured, then only they can grow. Right now people don't have, in the scientific technological world, value for something which will make their life fulfilled. We'll have to put in all our efforts, by our diligent efforts, to see to it that ultimately it flourishes. Our culture always has given preference to togetherness and not I, me and mine. So I am sure we will again spread this message. Thank you.
Now I would like to invite Dr. Sunil Pandya sir again to speak about his dream on writing the book Reflections.
I hold in my hand the book which is about to be released in a few minutes, and I'd like to tell you about the genesis of this effort. It is still the beginning of an effort. This book is not the last word. This is just the beginning, the absolute beginning. In the summary of the details of last year's program, which we had prepared for general circulation, we had reproduced a few papers which we had come across which reflect the spirit of humanity. And those papers were written by a variety of authors from different parts of the world, and we had just selected those papers and reproduced them. The idea being that those papers might influence the persons who were going to read that little report that we had prepared. From that came the idea that we should try and produce a book each year coinciding with the program which these students are organizing so well, and base this book on the different themes that constitute medical humanities. Fortunately for us, we have Dr. Swarupa Bhagwat, who has volunteered to take time off her already busy schedule to edit this book, to obtain the contributions, to go through them, sift them, revise them, rewrite some of them, and then bring them together into this publication. And as she has quite correctly suggested, what we are trying to do is, first of all, have some original publications which are written only for this book, but we will also include whatever we find in journals and in books which can serve to inspire us and to promote the cause of humanities within our culture, within India. And for this particular year, she has chosen the topic of the history of medicine. And you will find that this book has been divided into a few sections, because these sections are illustrative of various aspects of medical history. The first section deals with the disciplines in medicine. And we must never ever forget that modern medicine is just one of the medical disciplines which are being practiced in our country. And so we also have Ayurveda, we have homeopathy, we have Unani medicine, and so on. The next section is a series of essays on what you might call aspects of medicine. And we were very fortunate in being able to find two essays which have been written by a very great surgeon and teacher of this institution, Dr. Arthur Disa, who unfortunately is no more, but he was a very erudite surgeon, well versed in literature and philosophy, and so we have been able to get two of his essays, one of which has never been published. This is the first time it is being published. The other one is being reproduced. And then we have essays which describe the development of different branches of medicine and surgery, like plastic surgery, pathology, radiology, and so on. Again, some of these are original essays which have been written only for this book. Dr. Malini Nadkarni, for instance, has written about the history of radiology for us. And there are a few essays on outstanding individuals from India who embody the spirit of medical humanities. And so we have Dr. Jivraj Mehta, Dr. Vatsala Samant, Dr. Kotnis, and some other extraordinary individuals who serve to inspire us through their lives and through their work. One of our past deans, Dr. Sanjay Oak, has written an essay in Marathi, and we hope that in future we will get more essays in Marathi, Gujarati, Hindi, Urdu perhaps, which can also be included in this book. This institution is very proud of one of our dean's colleagues and a little senior to our dean, Dr. Hemant Borparia. He is a radiologist. Junior to you? Oh, I'm so sorry, I apologize. So you may have been one of his teachers actually. So Dr. Hemant Borparia, apart from being a radiologist, is a man of many parts, and he has actually come and talked in one of our sessions over here. Not only is he a radiologist, he's an author, he's a sculptor, and he's most famous, of course, for his cartoons which appear every day in the Bombay Mirror, I think it is, Mumbai Mirror. So he has provided a few cartoons, again, exclusively for us for this book. And Dr. Swarupa Bhagwat herself has written an essay on the silent teachers, and that is in the form of poetry. So this is a mix, but this is just the first attempt. And so you will please pardon if us for whatever deficiencies are there in this book, because we hope that as the years go by, we will continue to improve on this and eventually produce a small body of literature which any student who wants to understand humanities and to imbibe the spirit of the great teachers of the past and the great workers of the present can use. So that's a little bit about the book.
Thank you so much, sir. Now I would like to invite Dr. Swarupa Bhagwat ma'am to say a few words on her book.
Respected Dean sir, all the dignitaries, my colleagues and dear students. I remember those days in 1990, way back in 1990 when I joined here as a first year MBBS student of this very institute. Manu Kothari sir's lectures, every word full of energy and enthusiasm, and every word full of philosophy. And that time, probably at a tender age, we may not have realized or not understood. But now over the years, we realize that what he spoke was all about humanities. And it has impacted, it has made impact on generations who had been fortunate enough to be his students. Doctor इसी का नाम है, what sir said. So as an alumnus of this prestigious institute, both undergraduate and postgraduate institute, and being student of Kothari sir and Lopa Mehta madam, it is indeed a matter of pride, privilege and pleasure for me to have got an opportunity to work on this book, Reflections on Medical Humanities. I would, before talking, sir has already spoken, Pandya sir, more about the book. So before talking a little bit more in the book, I am thankful to respected Dean sir for his constant encouragement, Pandya sir and Lopa Mehta madam for guiding me throughout the journey of the book over the last 1 year. They made the creation of this book really an enjoyable and memorable experience, an enlightening experience for me, and the entire core committee of medical humanities and all the senior teachers and obviously the students who have been a constant source of inspiration. So this is the cover page of the book. So the and obviously last but not the least, all the contributors. It is not possible to name each and every contributor to this book. So this book includes all these. The contents of the book are these, and the theme being History of Medicine, Looking Back to Improve the Future. So the history of medicine, where we have taken now, the essence of medical humanities lies in their holistic extent, encompassing the creativity and intellect of art, literature, ethics, philosophy, social sciences, and their association with medicine. Medicine has its roots in antiquity, and it has evolved through old civilizations, medieval ages, up to current era of flourishing technological advancements. Looking back into the history of medicine over millennia has taught us to ponder science and superstition, mistakes and perfections, successes and failures. The lessons learned and inspirations drawn have paved the path for future progress and betterment of mankind. I think George Bernard Shaw had said, if history repeats itself and the unexpected always happens, how incapable must man be of learning from experiences? So we have a lot to learn from history, and history really never says goodbye. History says see you later. Thank you very much. Now I request Dr. Kavery and Nambisan madam to kindly release the book.
Just release and then say a few words. You've already heard about the book, and I'm delighted to be here to be a part of this program. Since my session is later on this afternoon with Dr. Sanjay Nagral, I just want to say a few words about how happy I am that you have a Department of Humanities. We are at a fledgling state in Bangalore at St. John's Medical College, where we have also set up a Department of Humanities. Very much like you, we are struggling and we aspire for the same. To students and to all of you who are interested in the medical humanities or humanities in medicine, I want to say one thing, that as doctors, we are, we talk about minorities. Doctors are a minority in any society. And as a writer as well, I am also a writer, writers are also a minority. I mean, and if you look at society, everybody is a minority in some form or the other. You see, depending on maybe your gender, your profession, your community, your caste, something makes you a minority. And but doctors are a strong minority, because we have not only our profession, but we have the respect of people, or we have the, if not respect right now, as Dr. Pandya was trying to point out, we have their attention. And this type of profession demands activism. Doctors, I think, are activists. The very minute you make a choice to be a doctor, you are also an activist. By activist, I don't mean that you necessarily have to go out and talk about issues outside your profession. You can be an activist in your profession. Activism, the word I didn't look up the dictionary, but I was wondering what the word means this morning. And I think what activism means is action that is in some way new, or some way an action that has been ignored, and you are reviving it, you are bringing it back. It is just not activity, it is something beyond activity. So activism can happen within your own profession, inside your own department. And no profession needs it as much as medicine today. So I hope the Department of Humanities is going to be a big step in widening our ability to see ourselves as the true healers of people. Thank you.
Highlights exactly all the activities carried out by the division.
Currently, India is facing many social issues in various different forms, which remain unheard amongst the common masses. One such is manual scavenging.
So, what is manual scavenging? Let's have a look to this through this video.
के स्टूडियो में बेजवाड़ा विल्सन। बधाई।
बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया विल्सन जी हमारे जुड़ने का। थैंक यू।
We are planning to send humans into space, but don't bother about the fellow human beings who are forced by the society, which includes many people like us, to clean the excreta of others.
Manual scavenging is a work that involves people to clean human excreta. Today we have with us Mr. Bezoda Wilson sir, who is an Indian activist. In 1994, Mr. Bezoda Wilson helped found Safai Karmachari Andolan along with Mr. S.R. Sankaran and Paul Divakar.
Safai Karmachari Andolan, SKA, is an Indian human rights organization that has been campaigning for the eradication of manual scavenging, the construction, operation and employment of manual scavengers, which has been illegal in India since 1993.
His work at Safai Karmachari Andolan, a community-driven movement, has been recognized by the Ashoka Foundation, which has nominated him a senior fellow. On 27 July 2016, he was honored with the Raman Magsaysay Award. We would like to invite Mr. Bezoda Wilson sir to give some more insight into this.